And now it is time for our Ole Penn Real Estate Athlete of the Week, which is...
Not historical.
Not historical, yeah, for the second week in a row. Not a historical. And this was a tough one. We had a lot of excellent performances.
Yeah, we did.
Now, what I'm wondering is, Justin, should I read some of those off and then get to the Athlete of the Week, or should I just go straight to who the Athlete of the Week is?
Let's use the inverted pyramid here. Let's lead with the best performers, and then we'll go down from there. The team of realtors at Ole Penn Real Estate wish you and your family good health during this stay home, stay safe time. Their team has health and safety measures in place to protect you and everyone involved in the process. If you're thinking about selling your home, now is a great time. There are more buyers than available homes. Many homes are still receiving multiple offers and are selling for above asking price. Ole Penn Real Estate will help you put the most money possible in your pocket in less time without the hassle. Visit sellmyharborhome.com to get your home market ready. The Ole Penn team is ready to work for you.
Okay, so the Athlete of the Week is Montesano's Isaiah Pierce with his 18 carries for 135 yards and 4 touchdowns against the rival Hoquiam on Friday night at Olympic Stadium. He was just a joy to watch in this game, a dominant runner. And yes, he had some great holes opened by his offensive line, which is also really good. But he finished drives. And at the beginning of the game, it was a little tough for Montesano to finish some of those drives. They dealt with some turnovers in the first half. But when they turned to Isaiah Pierce in the red zone, he delivered time and time again. And, 135 yards. It wasn't just red zone yards for him. He had an excellent game. And he is this week's Ole Penn Real Estate Athlete of the Week.
Congratulations.
I think it's pretty amazing that, first of all, it's been so fun to have sports back.
Yes.
And it's been so fun to be able to listen to the radio broadcasts and watch some of these live streams online. Even though the only game I've got to witness personally was my son's freshman game last week. So it's a bit of a different season. It might be a little harder for me to analyze all these games and all these players, but knowing that these kids have gone so long without playing, they've had very limited practice, so all these teams are trying to just pick things up on the fly. I felt like seeing the Montesano performance on offense, although they did win by a couple scores against Tenino, I think you would probably mostly hear that the coaches and the players and the fans thought that it was a little surprising how their offense wasn't quite as potent in that Tenino game. So then to have Isaiah Pierce really lead the way in a strong offensive performance in a 35-0 win over Hoquiam on Friday, it's pretty cool to see Isaiah Pierce be able to do this, because 18 carries, 135 yards means he was carrying the load for that team. And then to get 4 tutties on top of it,
gosh, stop
that's a big deal.
Thank you. I do not need the term tutties thrown into my life any more than it already is being, Justin. No, they played a great game as well, and just they ran the ball so well as a team. They had 4 players over 60 yards rushing in that game,
which is a big difference from week 1, because I believe they only had like 120 some yards as a team in the first game of the year.
Yeah, so his twin brother Isaac Pierce had 77. Ridgeway had 65 and Darst had 73. So, like I said, the offensive line was doing work in that game, but Isaiah Pierce was the one who took the most advantage of it and finished off those drives, which, like I said, was tough in the beginning of the game. Mm-hmm. So he is our Athlete of the Week, but Justin, we had some other really good performances, and as you mentioned at the top of the show, this was just a jam-packed week for sports. So we have a lot to try and get to here and a lot of real big-time performances from this week. And I think the next one that I will bring up is Zoee Lisherness, who on Tuesday had a hat trick versus Hoquiam in a 6-0 win. And our first Athlete of the Week last week after high school sports started was a hat trick for Hoquiam. So, if Isaiah Pierce doesn't go for 4 touchdowns, then this would have been a great candidate for Athlete of the Week.
Absolutely, and then that was on Tuesday, and then in a follow-up performance, Monty played Hoquiam again on Thursday. They won 8-0, and Lisherness scored 2 goals in that game as well. But another Bulldog pulled off a hat trick in that game, Jaiden Morrison. So after the Zoee Lisherness Tuesday hat trick, Jaiden Morrison comes out with a Thursday hat trick, and then Lisherness and then Brooke Streeter as well added 2 goals apiece for the Bulldogs in that dominant win.
Yeah, I mean, sheesh, looking at that, I mean, it's athlete of the week, not athlete of the game. Maybe I should have given it to Zoe. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe I need to go back here and see what Isaiah did in their first game. Did he score a touchdown? No, maybe I should switch it up. Nope, it's too late now. I'm sorry, Zoe. It's too late now. Don't worry. You're a stud. I'm sure you'll be in the athlete of the week at some point. She is a stud not only at soccer, but also when basketball season rolls around as well. But that's great to see that soccer is getting going as well. Another top performer this week was on the first round of football games. On Monday, Conan Baxter had 3 touchdowns versus Hoquiam, and he is an Elma running back, and that was an absolutely great performance as well, as he was just a beast in that game. He ran so hard, and at one point, he was slow to get up. It looked like he was kind of playing through some pain at some point as well. He had 28 carries for 165 yards and 3 touchdowns in that game. Yeah, 28 carries.
And what a great start for Elma to their football season. I mean, it's been so long since we've seen any of these kids play football. I feel like people keep asking me who I thought was going to be good, and it's hard enough in high school to understand and know about like what the turnover is going to be and how you're going to replace the graduating seniors and everything. But this time it's been so long.
Yeah,
it's even more difficult. I knew that Elma was going to be better, but they've come out really strong and started the season 2-0 with wins over Hoquiam and Tenino. So really, really solid start for the Eagles and really solid start for Conan Baxter.
Absolutely. So he was another person who was in the running for that athlete of the week, which again went to Isaiah Pierce.